Hello everyone, welcome to HardReset.Info channel. Today we have an exciting and technical live stream. We are comparing two smartphones in a real gaming test, PUBG Mobile and Asphalt 8. We will measure FPS, monitor CPU usage and GPU usage and track battery temperature while gaming. So today we are testing Samsung Galaxy Z Fold7 and Samsung Galaxy Z Flip7 FE. So quick specs of these smartphones. Samsung Galaxy Z Fold7 has processor Snapdragon 8 Elite. GPU type is Adreno 830 and it has 12 GB of RAM. Here it is. Now I will show you that is really Samsung Galaxy Z Fold7 and quick specs of Samsung Galaxy Z Flip7 FE. So processor is Exynos 2400, GPU type is Xclaps 940 and it has 8 GB of RAM. And here you can see that is Samsung Galaxy Z Flip7 FE. And now we can start our test, so let's launch PUBG Mobile on Samsung Galaxy Z Fold7. Both smartphones have similar battery levels, and I have set identical graphic settings for fair testing. So let's start. I will be playing for around 10 minutes to simulate a real match. And now we will immediately start observing FPS, CPU usage, GPU usage and battery temperature. Here in the top of the screen we have indicators. Here is CPU, GPU, battery temperature and FPS. As you can see, CPU usage now is around 40%. GPU usage is around 40% too. Battery temperature now is 31.2 degrees. And we have 120 FPS. Okay, let's try to find the vehicle now and drive somewhere. So we have 120 FPS all the time. CPU usage is all the time between 30 and 70%. GPU usage is between 30 and 80%. And battery temperature now is 32.8 degrees. Okay, so I think it's enough for PUBG Mobile on Samsung Galaxy Z Fold7. We had all the time 120 FPS. CPU usage was between 30 and 70%. GPU usage was between 30 and 80%. And battery temperature now is 34.3 degrees. So now I can make notes of the indicators. FPS 120, CPU usage between 30 and 70%, GPU usage between 30 and 80%, and battery temperature now is 33.7 degrees. So now we can close PUBG Mobile on Samsung Galaxy Z Fold7 and let's launch it on Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7 FE. Okay, let's start. So here the indicators are also in the top of the screen: CPU, GPU, battery temperature and FPS. As you can see, we have 60 FPS right now. CPU usage is around 50%. GPU usage is around 20%. And battery temperature now is 31.7 degrees. Okay, let's drive somewhere. We have 60 FPS all the time. CPU usage is between 50 and 80%. GPU usage is between 20 and 40%. And battery temperature now is 34.1 degrees. Okay, enough for PUBG Mobile on Samsung Galaxy Z Flip7 FE. We had 60 FPS all the time. CPU usage was between 50 and 80%. GPU usage was between 20 and 40%. And battery temperature now is 35.3.4 degrees now. Okay, so let me make notes quickly. So we had 60 FPS, CPU usage was between 50 and 80%, GPU usage was between 20 and 40%, and battery temperature is 35.4 degrees. So let's close PUBG Mobile on Samsung Galaxy Z Flip7 FE and let's launch Asphalt 8 on Samsung Galaxy Z Fold7. Now I will play 2 races. Okay. So during the first race we had 120 FPS all the time, CPU usage was between 30 and 40%, GPU usage was between 30 and 40% also, and battery temperature now is 30.7 degrees. So let's quickly start the second race. In the second race the indicators was the same as in the first one. We had 120 FPS, CPU and GPU usage was between 30 and 40%, and battery temperature now is 31.2 degrees. So now I'm going to make notes of these indicators. FPS 120, CPU usage between 30 and 40%, GPU usage between 30 and 40%, and battery temperature now is 31.5 degrees. So let's launch Asphalt 8 on Samsung Galaxy Z Flip7 FE. And again 2 quick races, and then I will show you my notes and we will sum up our stream. So the indicators in the first race was we had 120 FPS, CPU usage was between 40 and 70%, GPU usage was between 40 and 60%, and battery temperature now is 33.4 degrees. So let's start the second race now. And yeah, the indicators in the second race was the same as in the first one. We had 120 FPS, CPU usage was between 40 and 70%, GPU usage was between 40 and 60%, and battery temperature now is 33.9 degrees. So now I will make notes. FPS 120, CPU usage between 40 and 70%, GPU usage between 40 and 60%, and battery temperature now is 34 degrees. So now I will show you my notes. Here is Samsung Galaxy Z Fold7, and here is Samsung Galaxy Z Flip7 FE. So when we played PUBG Mobile on Samsung Galaxy Z Fold7, we had 120 FPS, CPU usage was between 30 and 70%, GPU usage was between 30 and 80%, and battery temperature was 33.7 degrees. When we played PUBG Mobile on Samsung Galaxy Z Flip7 FE, we had 60 FPS, CPU usage was between 50 and 80%, GPU usage was between 20 and 40%, and battery temperature was 35.4 degrees. When we played Asphalt 8 on Samsung Galaxy Z Fold7, we had 120 FPS, CPU usage was between 30 and 40%, GPU usage was between 30 and 40%, and battery temperature was 31.5 degrees. When we played Asphalt 8 on Samsung Galaxy Z Flip7 FE, we had 120 FPS, CPU usage was between 40 and 70%, GPU usage was between 40 and 60%, and battery temperature was 34 degrees. So that's it for today's live stream. Thank you all for joining it. If you enjoyed this test, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to our channel, and let me know in the comments below which other smartphones you would like to see in the future test. See you in the next stream, guys.